Wake Waitip, Racelle Kooy and Squest. My name is Racelle Kooy. I'm also known as La Loya, and I am delighted to be a member of Secwépemc First Nation.
Waitip, Sunny LeBourdais and Squawks, Pethek to Secwépemc and Stakwin, Pethek to Pesethqua, Amutkin. Welcome everyone, my name is Sunny LeBourdais. I'm from the Whispering Pines Clinton Band.
White of Waitip, Bonnie Leonard Rents Quest, to Kamloops to Secwépemc. My name is Bonnie Leonard. I'm a member of the Kamloops Indian Band, or to Kamloops to Secwépemc.
So we are a small collective that is working together to really bring our Indigenous and Secwépemc law back to life.
As the three associate research directors, when we came together to start off this project for revitalizing the Secwépemc legal order, we came to Green Lake. We did a small, very straightforward ceremony asking of our ancestors who met on these lands, met on these waters again and again over millennia, so that we could start this off in a right way.
Why is Green Lake important to our people, our nation? It is a gathering place. Traditionally, historically, we've come here to gather every summer. The purpose of the gathering is to share news with one another, to play lahal, play games, gamble, share songs and ceremony, and it's just a really significant area for our people.
Yeah, I think of Green Lake as really being the hub of the Secwépemc Nation. If we think of Green Lake as being that central hub, and all of the different communities and bands really come off of it like spokes. Our Secwépemc seasonal round connected us all through Green Lake, and Green Lake was that essential area for the nation to come together, to gather, to share knowledge, and to plan for the years to come. We're working in partnership with UVic, really standing on the shoulders of a lot of the great work that's already been done in our Secwépemc Nation. But what's really important about this work is that it is no one individual person. It's not even any one individual project. This really is a continuation of the work that was started by our ancestors, and that we're picking up and moving forward with people who want to work together with us, which includes all of our Secwépemc Nation, and no one individual, no one organization.
So one of the things that I think is important to share about the work we're doing, the three of us, is that we're doing it for the nation. We're doing it for the benefit of those yet unborn, those coming after us. We're hoping that this work, this body of research that we collect, will get passed on to generations, and that they can learn from it and use it to make better decisions going forward than they would have without it.
One of the amazing parts about this project is that all of us, when we look around, we can see a lot of the problems and challenges that we see on the land, that we see with people in our societies, and that's a result of the legal orders that have been working on the land for the last 100 years. And it's time for a change. It's time for a shift. It's time for a transformation. And I think that Indigenous legal orders have so much to offer when it comes to making that pivot and that change. By calling our ancestral knowledge forward, by breathing life into our Indigenous legal orders, we'll be able to connect to the knowledge that has been tied to those lands for millennia. And when we ask our Indigenous law to come back to work, to do the important work of governing our lands, of governing the people, of connecting people through relationship to each other and to the land, then we're going to see a real shift in what our everyday lives look like.
When people think of Indigenous law, if they're even thinking of Indigenous law, I think they think of it as something lofty and far away, maybe reaching way back into ancestral knowledge. And what I love about breathing life back into the Secwépemc legal order is we're bringing forward things that we carry within us that are part of the land, that are embedded in our oral tellings, and we're bringing it into addressing very contemporary issues. Whether it is the first areas of law that we're looking at, which is intersocietal relations or economic and trade. They're very contemporary issues that are fully, wholly addressed. We find those themes really well defined within our oral tellings, and we find that there's also a lot of interrelationship between the two. So we get to bring that all forward and ask those very plain questions. How do you deal with guests in your territory? What is a good guest? When somebody who's from outside of your territory, who is harmful, how are you handling that? What is engagement? There's so much to pull from our oral tellings.
So there's always a question when we are doing this research about intellectual property. And we're very, very conscious of that. And that's one of the themes, in fact, that we're going to explore to try to articulate what does it mean to our Secwépemc Nation from our legal order or our law perspective. What are our teachings around intellectual property? I know there's no translation in Secwépemc's gene for those words, but we all understand what it means. Who owns this at the end of the day? And it's our hope that whatever research we're able to develop over the next few years, that it will belong to the nation as a whole. If you're Secwépemc, you have access to it.
When I think of this project, this is a 5-year project, but it's not going to end in 5 years. It's 5 years of concerted effort to gather momentum that it will carry itself in perpetuity to the future.
So what are my hopes and dreams for this work? That it becomes a reality, that people accept it as a real valid legal order, legitimate, based on our research, and that people will pick it up in the future and use it as a tool to create other vehicles that they can use to advance our rights and title.
Yeah, I really hope and dream that after this project and moving forward, that the Secwépemc law really becomes common knowledge, that it's something that people can't imagine their lives without. And it's something that they're no longer afraid of, that they're afraid of that law being, but they can see themselves reflected in it. And because of that, they feel more connected to Secwépemc and to the land than they ever have before.